go. Welcome to the show. It's Project Open Mic. Let's get the show off right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here with me. Cause it's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. Let's get the topic straight. Let's get things good. Let's do everything that we should. It's Project Open Mic. Let's get the show off right. Let's open our minds and take out our style. Let's see what's going on in the world tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's get the show off right. It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's get the show off right. It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's get the show off right.
Hey guys, what's going on? What's going on? Hope you guys are doing well. We're back again with another episode of Project Open Mic.
Let's have a good show
and I hope that you guys
tonight.
can join me for some good times and bad times. But hey, we're back here with a new episode.
Project Open Mic. Let's get the show off right. It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight.
So it's your boy Tig again, back again on another episode of Project Open Mic. Hope you all doing well. Apologize for last week. It was my birthday week, so I just was basically, chilling with the family, chilling with my wifey and stuff like that. So I took a little break just to relax the mind and get stuff straightened out. So now we're going to get back into Project Open Mic. So this week's show is going to be short and sweet because it basically has all the stuff I need to talk about. Because for some reason, once again, I'll say this out front. I'm a libertarian, all right? I'm a libertarian, so I really don't really care for the government that much. I will say that up front so people understand where I'm coming from. But I need people to understand that the shutdown, even though it does affect me a little bit, it doesn't affect me too much. Because, I'll say this, I also will feel bad for the people out there who do work for the government, for the, if you can't get paid and stuff like that. But as I said before, I think we need less government. That's why I'm at. I don't say we don't need no government. I'm not a straight diehard libertarian in that regard. I think we do need some kind of government, but we need limited government, like the forefathers said in the first place, and that's what I would like to go for. Because that right there is just needed. We spend so much money on government. We give so much money to the government that it's annoying that how much money we give them and they just squander it left and right. Okay, I mean, the difference what it is, red or blue, I don't care. It just sucks how that they will shut down the government, and I totally agree. I really don't care for it that much. Because there's a lot of stuff that's irrelevant that we're paying for. All the stuff that the money we are sending to other countries when we don't even take care of our own citizens first, I have a problem with. That's why I always say at the end of my show, take care of yourself, take care of your family, then take care of your neighbors and take care of your community. Cause that's how you make a great community. If I'm not here to take care of my family, then my family, it's not good. It's not good at all for my family. I'm the breadwinner, I'm the hard worker, and I want to make sure everything is good with my family. So I take care of them as best as I can. But I can't take care of them if I don't take care of myself. So I gotta be as healthy as I could be, as resilient as I could be, because I don't know how things could go in the future. Well, before we dip into our subject, though, I do want to give. I want to give a shout out for everybody out there. I want to give everybody a shout out for everybody out there who are joining us live in today's show. So again, remember, Project Over Mike is streamed worldwide. We are on multiple platforms. If you are on a spot where you have if you could see any platform, you'll go to your favorite platform, you see this right here, this is our symbol. If you could go there and you see this, you are listening to Project Over Mike, you could share it. That's what it is. We are on Facebook, Rumble, Spotify, You Live, You Now, Nico, Tempo FM, YouTube, Amazon Podcasts, of course, iHeartRadio. We are live on all those. We are basically live on all those podcasts. So if you could come, if you want to join and you want to share what's going on, we're here for you. Share the good news. Subscribe on YouTube or Rumble. That's where, if you're new to the podcast, you could catch the old shows that we have. That's how we do it. Okay. So with tonight's show, I also want to give a prayers and blessings to people who are in the Caribbean. I know there's a storm going through. It's not as strong, but it's still a storm. And I don't want, I want to make sure that everybody's doing well. Take yourself, watch out for the rain, watch out for all the stuff out there. So that's all I can say. My prayers are with y'all. I hope y'all are protected. So now we're gonna go into and trust me, don't get it twisted. We are gonna do more different stuff like I wanted to plan to do in the future. That's what I want to do. But I do want to point out certain things that's going on that we need to straighten out how certain things are. So I'm gonna get do reports about the government shutdown, but also the reason why the shutdown is happening and why people are feeling this pain. Because once again, we're playing games. They up there, they don't care. They're gonna get paid the money, they're gonna get back paid, but it's affecting people right now, and it's sickening. Again, red versus blue. I don't care what it is. I know why the shutdown is happening, which I'll play for, but it's just annoying. So let's get to the point right now. Enough waffling, as they normally be saying. And let's get straight into the nitty gritty for a quick show tonight.
Enters its second week. Looks like Trump is in no hurry to get it back open. What's he planning? Welcome to America Uncovered. I'm Chris Chappell. After Congress failed to pass its yearly appropriation bill, The U.S. government shut down at 12:01 a.m. on October 1st. One big disagreement was over health insurance subsidies tied to Obamacare, but the exact cause for the shutdown aren't really important to what I'm going to talk about.
Yep.
All you need to know is that the government couldn't agree on how to spend our money.
Exactly, and that's why I said what I said. They can't agree how to spend our money. You know, we give them trillions of dollars every year, and they literally piss on us every time. And it's annoying. It's definitely annoying. But let's get back to the nitty-gritty of this, of the stupidity of this government that we have. Oh. And I'm not talking just because Trump is in office, because Biden was doing just the same thing was Obama, so it's anything. So it makes no difference. My wife would tell you I'm a straight true libertarian. I want less government in my life, because they don't do nothing to really do nothing.
So they had to shut down everything deemed non-essential. Around 750,000 government employees were sent home without pay. And the immediate result was chaos. Chaos at airports, chaos in our national parks, chaos on Wall Street. You know, I think we use the word chaos too much on this show. Every week it's government chaos this and government chaos that. We need a new word. How about pandemonium? It was coined by John Milton in Paradise Lost to mean the capital of hell, the pandemonium, or all demons. And well, if the shoe fits. Anyway,
why not?
The shutdown has caused a lot of panic. But you know who's not panicking?
Me.
Donald Trump. Republicans don't seem to be in a big hurry to negotiate with Democrats and get the government back open. In fact, Trump seems to be intentionally stirring up bad blood in order to keep those negotiations from happening. Case in point.
Look, guys, there's no way to sugarcoat it. Nobody likes Democrats anymore. We have no voters left because of all of our woke trans bullshit. And if we give all these illegal aliens free health care, we might be able to get them on our side so they can vote for us. They can't even speak English, so they won't realize we're just a bunch of woke pieces of shit.
So why does Trump want the government to keep the government closed? To answer that, we can go back to a phrase that saw a lot of play during the Reagan administration. Personnel is policy. What this means is, in government, you have a small number of elected officials at the very top, you know, the president, the House, the Senate. These people set the policy. But below them is a vast bureaucracy, literally millions of people tasked with making those policies a reality.
Oh, no. Sometimes they write law, which we never voted for because how Congress and the Senate does their BS of making this arbitrary big law and then let them make the mini laws that hurt us, the little people. And you know, we never voted for the sons of guns.
These people are not elected. You have no idea who most of them are. And if they don't like a policy coming from the top, they can make sure it never sees the light of day. They can basically slow walk a policy forever.
Yep.
More paperwork, more legal reviews, more delays in its rollout. I have seen hell, and it's a Zoom meeting that never ends. Even if a policy is approved, it can still be narrowly enforced or not enforced at all. Funding can be shifted around so the program doesn't have the resources it needs in order to function. Reports and statistics can be delayed or presented in a way that obscures important data, and leaks to the media can sow doubt in a program and turn the public against it. This is what's actually meant by the deep state. It's not some shadowy cabal of adrenochrome slurping Illuminati vampires working behind the scenes.
Oh, no.
It's the big, boring bureaucracy right in front of your face.
Yep.
I actually did a whole episode on the deep state and how it came to be. Check it out if you haven't already. The thing is, the government shutdown just gave Trump the power to end a lot of that. He said on Truth Social that he can't believe Democrats gave him such an unprecedented opportunity. And he noted that he'd be meeting with Russ Vought of Project 2025 fame to discuss what needs to be cut. Yeah, Project 2025. You know, that thing candidate Trump said he knew nothing about.
I have nothing to do with Project 2025. That's out there. I haven't read it. I don't want to read it purposely. I'm not going to.
Have you ever wanted to see your home from...
Excuse you on that.
But yes, Russ Vogt did help write Project 2025. This section specifically. In it, he wrote that a president today assumes office to find a sprawling federal bureaucracy that all too often is carrying out its own policy plans and preferences, or worse yet, the policy plans and preferences of a radical, supposedly woke faction of the country. Other parts of the document repeat the claim that the federal bureaucracy has a mind of its own. Federal employees are often ideologically aligned, not with the majority of the American people, but with one another. And that Byzantine personnel rules provide the bureaucrats with their chief means of self-protection. What's more, knowledge of such rules is used to thwart the president's appointees and agenda. Therefore, in order to carry out the president's desires, political appointees must be given the tools, knowledge, and support to overcome the federal government's obstructionist human resources departments. More fundamentally, the new administration must fill its ranks with political appointees. In short, Trump wants to get rid of as many people as possible and replace them with people who won't get in the way of his agenda. He plans on firing a lot of people.
How many permanent jobs are you talking about?
If this keeps going on, it'll be substantial, and a lot of those jobs will never come back.
And that's where Russ Vogt comes in. As director of the Office of Management and Budget, it's his job to tear this system out by the roots. That's why Trump referred to Vogt as the Reaper. Needs more cowbell. The media is scared, though. PBS said cruelty was Vogt's erogenous zone. Oh, I get it. He's not the Reaper. He's a Cenobite. Oh, what sights he has to show you. But what will Vogt do exactly? How can the administration get rid of so many people and make room for Trump's loyalists? Well, first, you have to consider all the government employees who were furloughed. That means they were sent home without pay. Going weeks without a paycheck is hard, and this will cause many to just leave and find new jobs in the private sector. Now, normally those workers who stay on would eventually get paid for all the days they missed once the government inevitably reopens. But even that's coming under question as Trump has threatened to withhold back pay for furloughed employees.
But for the most part, we're going to take care of our people. There are some people that really don't deserve to be taken care of, and we'll take care of them in a different way.
Ooh, ominous. Maybe he's the Cenobite here. But Trump and his team aren't joking when they talk about putting federal employees through hell. Vogt's Office of Management and Budget deleted references to the law guaranteeing back pay to federal workers in its documents. But starving out the bureaucracy in a war of attrition is only one part of it. The shutdown also makes it easier to fire people. Normally, government employees have a lot of protections around them. The MSPB, the OSC, FLRA, and government HR offices can launch complaints, hearings, and investigations to stall or overturn attempts to fire people. But during a shutdown, those entities are furloughed too.
Funny how they got so much stuff to protect their asses, but we can't get none of that kind of stuff for us. And again, we gotta pay them their money? Nah.
The hearings stop. Complaints go unprocessed. And the employees themselves can't even say they have a workplace grievance since they're technically off duty.
Off duty, yeah.
Vogt, meanwhile, might start changing the rules, since the people who normally review those changes either aren't around or don't have the capacity to challenge them. Meaning, he might just reclassify huge swaths of people as at-will employees, and hey, presto, you can fire them whenever you want. The end result is a bureaucracy that's much smaller, much easier to manage, and more loyal to Trump and his policies. Sure, many will sue, but that could take months, and lawyers are expensive. And that goes back to the question, how long can you really go without getting paid? At that point, hundreds of thousands of government employees will have to contend with the only place scarier than the labyrinth, the private sector.
I know,
Man,
right?
A lot of hell talk in this one. But hey, it's October, so par for the course, I guess.
Not surprising. He's correct about that. So yeah. Can he change it? Can he pull out some of the deep state? I don't know if he could pull it off. I'm not a fan. Like I said, if people out there think I'm supposed to feel bad for some people, I feel bad that your jobs got lost and certain things happen. But I'm sorry because majority of y'all don't do nothing. You're literally bureaucracies. That's what it is. And it's annoying, and I don't like it. So right now, but I want to point out why some of these things is happening, like I said before.
Time is running out.
So let's talk about one of the main reasons, as you saw a little bit of skin of it, but let's get down to the nitty gritty of the main reason why the government has shut down. Because again, they know they need no votes. Sorry, but the Dems need new votes. Right now, they're not popular enough right now. This might be the first time. And I'm not saying this 100% because anything could happen. It's not 100% guaranteed, but this might be the first time. There might not be a flip. If the Dems keep on doing what they're doing, there might not be a flip like they always do to make Trump a really lame duck president. We don't know. We'll see. But I know stuff like this after let's not forget about the truck driver. They found many more other truck drivers that didn't have from California that killed people. Not surprised by that. They kill people because they didn't have CDL. And my thing is this: CDL license is important, and you gotta learn how to drive some of this stuff. But it's kind of weird. Again, you could drive, but you don't understand none of the signs that you're driving. If you go to any other country, they will stand for this nonsense. So I don't like how they do that at all. But let's get back into the reason why the government has shut down. And let's see what the people have to say.
Because the Democrats out here want you to give 1.4 billion with a B, dollars to feed and house illegal immigrants. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You do not get money for being a criminal. Over 14 million people crossed the border under the Biden-Harris administration. 14 million. Do you know what percentage of those people are actually people from Mexico? Because that seems to be, that's all in my comment section is, you don't like Mexicans, but you're Hispanic, you're turning on your people, blah, blah, blah. Less than 4%. Less than 4% of those people that crossed the border under Biden and Harris were actually from Mexico. They actually came from India, from China, from Honduras, from Venezuela, from all of these Muslim countries that are out here trying to take over our communities. And let me remind you, Obama was the deporter in chief. So sometimes I can't even comprehend or even don't even want to make a video kind of replying to some of these people because the lack of facts that they have is just ridiculous. But no, under no circumstance should we pass a bill that has that much money after the amount of money we've already put into the system for these illegal immigrants. So shut it down. Shut it all the way down. I don't care. Take fucking 2 weeks off. Whatever.
Thank you for calling the White House comment line. Hello, America. This is White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt. Democrats in Congress have shut down the federal government because they care more about funding health care for illegal immigrants than they care about serving you, the American people. Until Democrats vote for the clean, Republican-backed continuing resolution to reopen the government, the White House is unable to answer your call or respond to your questions. We look forward to hearing from you again very soon. And in the meantime, please know President Trump will never stop fighting for you. Thank you, and God bless you.
We're approaching a week since the government shut down, and you have the red and blue gangs fighting once again, with the American people caught in the middle. The blue doing whatever they can to convince the public that the shutdown isn't their fault. They're just fighting for health care, while the red says it's definitely their fault because they refuse to pass a clean bipartisan bill just to keep the government open while they continue to argue over health care. So yeah, we're quickly approaching a week and both sides are blaming each other.
We begin with the government shutdown and the question, what will it take for Republicans and Democrats on Capitol Hill to end it? It began at 12:01 a.m. Wednesday after the Senate could not reach the 60 votes required to pass a continuing resolution to keep the government funded until November 21st. With every Republican except for one senator voting for it and most Democrats except for 3 voting against it. At the center of the dispute is whether to extend enhanced tax credits for the Affordable Care Act.
Affordable Care Act. That
set to expire at the end of the year.
But you know what? I've got to give it up to President Biden. President Biden never gave up. President Biden consistently called in all 4 corners, which would be the leaders of the House, minority and majority, and the leaders of the Senate, majority and minority. And he consistently tried to make sure that he told the line and did not give up things that were absolutely.
Now, Jasmine, you're lying because, again, Biden wasn't even at most of these meetings. But again, good try.
Absolutely critical, but he would give some, and that's what negotiations look like. It's usually a situation where no one is exactly happy, but at the end of the day, he felt like the most responsible thing he could do was to make sure that he could keep the government open. And I can say for the last 4 years, we were able to enjoy what stability looked like in every sense.
That was stability?
What?
That was stability. Okay. All right. Wow. All right.
This administration swore in January. It has been nothing but chaos.
We passed a clean continuing resolution 2 weeks ago, so we gave Democrats plenty of time to voice any concerns that they had, but this is a clean continuing resolution. It is not a government funding bill that we passed that is full of conservative priorities, Republican priorities. It's not a partisan bill. It's in fact the same piece of legislation that Democrats have voted on 13 times in the past. So we did our job. We sent that over to the Senate. And Senate Democrats simply rejected it. So this is a shutdown that was created by Democrats, and I hope that they will come to their senses and get us out of this.
Jasmine Crockett came out and said it's Trump's fault because the government didn't shut down under Biden, when you have Republicans saying almost all Democrats voted against the bill, referring to the bipartisan bill that Democrats are rejecting because Republicans claim they're fighting to provide health care for illegals.
So the Democrats want to give away $1.4 billion of free motherfucking money to the immigrants for health care. And if not, if the other side don't agree with it, they talking about shutting down the motherfucking government. Why the do you just fight so hard for everybody but your own motherfucking people?
Yep.
I'm sorry. Those folks weren't supposed to be here to begin with. I don't really give 2 flying f***s. What about us? What about us motherfuckers who struggle to pay for health care? And even though we pay a fortune on our motherfucking health care, it still ain't enough. It still ain't enough. You still got to come out of pocket for hella shit.
She's correct.
Motherfuckers dying because they can't afford health care around this.
I ain't dying, but she's correct because I had insurance, so my appendicitis still costs $42,000 flipping dollars, and still have to pay about like 1/3 of that bill, which is some bull BS. But yeah, I'm sorry. You don't put it into the system. You should not get the money out of it. That's the way I look at it. So that's how I am. I feel bad for the other people, but I can't.
Are you fucking kidding me? You be dying and have to be motherfucking airlifted. You know how much that costs?
$60,000.
I saw a lady post her bill. It was almost $60,000
There you go.
Dollars.
I know that because of one of my coworkers had to be airlifted. It was $60,000. Who got that?
That's what we deal with when it comes to health care. Sorry, not sorry. They gotta fend for their goddamn self. Help us, Americans, before you worry about helping everybody else. God,
I'm sick of they motherfucking ass. And you know what? I don't even think the money going to the people. The money they want to give to the illegal immigrants, it ain't going to the illegal immigrants. It's going in their pocket.
Yep.
It's got to be.
Do Democrats want to prioritize the health care of illegal aliens over a government shutdown? Because if the government does shut down, Americans...
Excuse me, stop it right there. We're not prioritizing. What we're doing is saying simply we want to keep the government open and we want to work with the Republicans and have a bipartisan agreement to keep this government open, and health care is at the top of our agenda.
But are Democrats demanding health care for illegal aliens?
Democrats are demanding health care for everybody.
So then yes, is the answer to that.
What the fuck?
Of course.
Question. She could have easily said, no, we don't want health care for people who are here illegally and they need to be removed from our country.
Exactly.
She could have came out and said that, no problem. But she didn't. She said we want health care for everybody. That means people who are in this country illegally who should not be here. Also, under Trump's big, beautiful bill, there has been $50 billion allocated to rural health.
So, Ridge is already really good.
And rural hospitals. On top of that, Republicans have tried to pass a clean CR, a clean continuing resolution, to keep the government funded while they debate about healthcare and other things. Democrats have said no. They're using the filibuster in the Senate to stop this from passing. So they could choose to have a clean bill that funds the government and just keeps things as they are right now, but they're actually using this as leverage to try to get what they want. They're saying in order for us to fund the government, you guys need to roll back certain provisions from the one big beautiful bill. So again, Republicans have tried to pass a clean continuing resolution just to keep the government running. Democrats are trying to use this as leverage to try to force policy changes. So they'll use the Senate filibuster to stop this from passing and then claim Republicans are causing a shutdown. It's like sticking a bunch of metal into gears turning and then blaming the gears for stopping. You shoved a bunch of metal in the gears. When they say this is a Republican shutdown, that is a lie. A more accurate term would be a Schumer shutdown, because Schumer and his allies in the Senate are using the filibuster to stop a clean continuing resolution from passing.
What the Democrats are demanding is that illegal aliens that care for them in an emergency room should be reimbursed at a higher rate.
To the hospitals.
To the hospitals than American citizens, young pregnant women. They want...
What? What the fuck?
No, son of a bitch!
So the hospitals get reimbursed for the government for the children of illegals, but your child, your woman who got pregnant, whatever, we get less money. See how crazy that shit is? Again, your Speaker Johnson, he's a Republican. I got that. But I've seen Democrat senators said that's what they want. So don't take my word for it. Go, as they said, go listen to Chuck Schumer. Go listen to Hakeem Jeffries. And again, I'll tell you this right now. I do not look up to no politician, Trump included. Every one of them is supposed to be servant. And I don't, no politician up there I look up to. None. I look at a dog on the street better than I look up to a dog on the street better than I look at a politician.
Want to pay more for illegal aliens than U.S. citizens, and we are against that. The reason it's illegal right now for illegal aliens to receive taxpayer-funded benefits is because Republicans wrote it into the law July 4th. Don't take my word for it. Look at page 57, section 2141 of Chuck Schumer's counter-proposal. It's on my website at speaker.gov. Everybody go look. Don't take my word for it. Read their section. They want to reverse those changes.
All I know is if they keep this game up, I don't think the blue wave for Democrats is coming during the midterms. When most Americans look at the truth between the headlines, I don't think they're going to like the idea that their government got shut down over non-citizens. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Tell me what you think about this mess below. Special thank you.
Shout out PNN. And you can go look at all kind of stuff. It's all because illegals gain more priority than their own citizens. So you're taking our money, giving it to illegals so they could get your vote, and you could push us to the side. Okay, I get it. That's how y'all want it. Well, I can tell you that right now, I'm not down with that nonsense. I'll tell you that. But that's what a shutdown is. I played a video about for American Uncensored first to show you that, yeah, what the Trump wants to keep the, you know, to clean the swamp. Do I think he'll get the swamp clean? I don't think so, but this is his best shot to clean it. And there's a lot of government jobs out there that are redundant, that is not needed at all. The FAA thing with the plane stuff, that people say, oh, it's government shut. That was happening under Biden too. Because they were playing stupid games to try to figure out how to get people. The FAA was, again, they could get people to fill in those roles, but they're playing these games because they want to raise their costs up, so they don't want to raise their pay. I'm sorry, I am going to do a video about that maybe next week. FAA should be what do you call it? The FAA people for inside of the towers, they should be privatized. There's a lot of countries around the world that their thing is privatized. Can there be problems not having the government there? Yeah, but it makes a difference. Government there or not, it's still people who's gonna get lost their jobs and get sued. And again, if there's something delinquent, they can get arrested and go to jail. So I think they need to have a half FAA, half government, half privatized. Let the airports, like these airports, I guarantee most of these airports would love to have their own people in there, train them up, and make sure they do so and not depend on the government for every single thing. They would like that. Cause that's basically a spigot that's spewing out crap every time. But that's further what it is. So again, like I said, I wanted to keep it a short, quick show tonight. Hope you guys will be, like I said, catch me next week. We'll have more better stuff put together. I just wanted to put something up just so y'all know that I'm still here, still producing shows, and well, again, hoping everybody in the Caribbean are safe for the hurricane that's passing through, and there are a couple storms that might be passing up through the Americas as well too, because they got some stuff, including Mexico. There's some in Mexico. There's a couple tropical storms in Mexico as well too. So I hope everybody's being safe and be careful out there. Because again, the show is worldwide, and we do get people who listen from Mexico listen to the show. So with that said, I'll say my usual part. Remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care of your neighbors, and that's how you make a better community. Remember, evil comes in all shapes, size, political party, height, sex, gender. Evil's evil. I don't stand with evil. Okay, that's just one thing with it. Because right now we are seeing basically how you see how they're taking care of people, and now that they're getting rid of the Obamacare crap, which is the affordable health care subsidies, which is gonna hurt what? Who? The middle class. And that's why I always have a little phrase where it is this: the rich get richer, the poor get poorer, and the middle class get effed over. That's what we get, and it sucks that that's what happened to us. So with that said, remember, individuals are smart, people are stupid, but be that smart individual and take care of yourself, take care of people that you need to. Remember, there's no perfect out there, guys. So catch y'all next week. Be safe, and catch you next Thursday. All right, catch you later.